It might be a little bit early to be doing a review of Kirby Air Riders, but I spent about 3 hours last night playing through all the modes, experiencing everything the game has to offer, and then I got up again today and immediately started playing again. After I got my 3D printer running and started doing some other chores and stuff like that. I have been playing Air Riders pretty consistently since it came out 16 hours ago. And I can tell you, this is a very good example of a very simple game that you will come back to over and over and over again. Because at its core, there really is nothing else like it. This is a better version of the original Kirby Air Ride, which, by the way, I never really got into. Like, playing this game and like unlocking all the characters, the vehicles, the courses, all of that is really, really addicting and fun. And because of the nature of the game, because of like just how varied all of the characters, their loadouts, and the vehicles can be, what you get is a racing game that is wildly different basically every time you play it. It's kind of crazy, seeing all the different routes you can take, all the practical strategies that are completely unviable when you like change your loadout even a little bit. Like, it's a really interesting take on the racing genre. Instead of like throwing a ton of different tracks at you and having this wide open world, like, it has a lot of really condensed ones, but ones where you can do a lot with. Like, it's kind of shocking, going through the achievement mode and seeing things like find the secret cave and unlock the hidden door. And I'm just like, I have played all these stages like probably a dozen times now, and I still have no idea what they're talking about. So this is a really interesting, like, Sakurai said something interesting, going into this, where he said like Kirby Air Ride wasn't really about the racing. And to me, I felt almost as if like Sakurai didn't get it. Like, that was just a weird thing to say, and like I didn't agree with that at all. But like, upon playing Air Ride, I kind of see what he means, because it's not really about winning the race or like beating your other the opponents. It's about like enjoying this crazy roller coaster ride of like these crazy visuals, these crazy set pieces, and just these gorgeous tracks. And that's one of the things about this that really sticks out to me, is that this game is gorgeous. Like, Sora has this tendency of really making some of the prettiest Nintendo games around. Kid Icarus Uprising was like this really underrated game visually, with this really distinct like anime-esque art style in this cool fantasy like Greek inspired world. And Air Riders, it looks even better. Like, the visual effects in this game are stunning, and I would say right now this is the best looking game on the console. Just like the sheer amount of like particle effects and just all the chaos that's going on, and just the sheer amount of things that happen in this game, especially in City Trial, are just unbelievable. You're having like, you have like what, like 16 players online just having at it. You're seeing them dart around. They're throwing things. They're exploding. Like, giant Gordos are falling from the sky. Guys pick up cannons. Like, City Trial is positively insane. And like, every time I've played it, I've come away with this feeling that like you haven't even really scratched the surface of what this game is capable of. It's not really like, this is what Sakurai means when he says it's not really about the racing, because it's not really about winning. It's about like just experiencing this amazing game and just kind of like having a blast with it. And it's kind of shocking to say this, considering how skeptical I was of this game when it was first shown off, and how much like I felt like the Nintendo Directs covering it were kind of meandering. Uh, this is absolutely one of the best Switch 2 games. Like, I'm enjoying this a lot more than Donkey Kong Bonanza. In certain ways, I'm enjoying it more than Mario Kart World. Like, it's the big holiday title that I think a lot of people weren't really expecting. Because a lot of people thought it was going to get buried by Mario Kart and that they wanted something else, Prime 4. But like, looking at this, playing this game and experiencing it and seeing just what it's delivering on, like, Kirby Air Riders is positively killer. Like, I am shocked at how good it is. Like, how much fun it is. And what's more, like, how I know, going into this and playing it, like, how I'll be coming back and playing this game for years. I feel the same way about Mario Kart World, because I love that game too. But like Kirby Air Riders really is something special because it has this vibe and this mechanics that are just completely unmatched. Yeah, I would say the racing in Mario Kart World is better, but like the action mechanics and the battle mechanics in Kirby Air Riders are way better. Like it's like if they made an entire game about like battle mode instead. Like Kirby Air Riders excels at that. If you're like me and were kind of underwhelmed by Mario Kart World's battle mode options and thought they were too bloated and didn't make a whole lot of sense, like Air Riders is so much better at that. Like, if you want a better battle mode, like, definitely pick up Air Riders and definitely pick up City Trial, like, right now. It is just so much fun. And it's something that like you'll keep coming back to over and over and over again. Like not only because of the achievements, but because there's just so many wild, like unexpected things you'll come across, and you'll discover more about the game the more you play it. Like the original Air Ride had this reputation as well, right? Where people like initially wrote it off as this very simplistic racing game with no real mass appeal, but over time it became like kind of a cult classic. And it's interesting kind of seeing Air Riders because I never got into the original Air Ride, even though I really wanted to play it when it first came out. Like playing Air Riders is a really interesting experience because I've seen myself have that same kind of arc. Like I remember playing the demo and just being like, I'm not sure how much I'll like this. I'll probably play this for like an hour or so the day it comes out. Like I'll buy it to support Sakura. I love Kirby. Like I'm most excited about like all the characters that are in it. Like it was things like that, and then I actually played it. I got to like experience like the city trial mode in full, got to play a little bit online, got to play like all the tracks, and like my opinion immediately began to change. Like this game is an absolute banger. Like it is crazy how good this game actually is. And we really do need to applaud Sakurai, Nintendo, HAL Labs, and like everybody involved with this for bringing back like Kirby Air Ride and not only making it like a worthy follow up to the original, but really surpassing all expectations and putting out something that is an absolute amazing game in general. Like one of the year's best. Something that I don't think anybody was expecting when they first heard about this. But this game is an absolute banger and really needs to be acknowledged as such. If you haven't gone out and played Kirby Air Ride yet, definitely go ahead and do it. It is $70 on the eShop. It is well worth your time and attention. You will be playing this game forever. It is such a great game. I cannot recommend it enough.